Welcome back, everybody. We are here aboard the Disney Magic, Disney Cruise Line's first ship ever. And for this video, no intro because we're not really doing a whole lot vlog style. This is going to be our complete ship tour, the entirety of the Disney Magic, bottom decks to top decks. So let's get started. We got a long ways to go. All right, we are going to start here in the atrium of the Disney Magic. This is deck 3 of the ship. This is where you're going to come in on your first day, where you're going to be welcome aboard, and where one of the main dining restaurants is. Right now they have some PhotoPass backdrop set up. As you can see here, this here is Lumiere's. This is one of your 3 rotational dining options. Lumiere's is going to be their more upscale dining, a little bit more elegant. This is going to be the one where a lot of people choose to dress up. Our atrium statue for this ship is going to be Captain Mickey Mouse here with his steering wheel and everything. Quite a beautiful statue. Of course, the original one here, starting it all with Mickey Mouse. You have your stairway that leads up to the 4th deck up here. We'll get up there in a moment. But next up, we're going to head forward to the front of the ship to one of my favorite areas on the entire Disney Magic. On the forward of deck 3, you're going to find the after hours section. This is going to be one of the adult only areas here in the Disney Magic. Have some great lounge chairs here in the portholes. And then our first venue here is going to be Fathoms. I'll throw in some clips of it from earlier. This is going to be the big adult only lounge area where they host game shows, trivias. This is also where bingo is. Not all events are going to be adult exclusive, but this is where the adult exclusive events are held at the end of the night. Continuing forward, our next venue here is going to be Keys. This is the piano bar, still within the after hours district. And then to the right over here is going to be the forward elevator shafts. On the far side of this is going to be the Sea Treasures gift shop, followed by O'Gill's, another one of the pubs and lounges here within after hours. Let's take a left around here. This is where they're going to host more trivia, more game shows, and then also a full service bar and stuff like that as well, of course. O'Gill's also exits here to another entrance to Fathoms. That's going to connect to that big room that we saw from the other side. Okay, now we have made it back to the atrium here, heading back through midship towards the aft. Continuing down this hallway here, we are going to find the side of Lumiere's. You can see here into the restaurant, as I said before, one of the 3 rotational dinings here aboard the Magic. Next, here on deck 3 after Lumiere's is going to be Soul Cat Lounge. This is yet again one of the lounges here aboard the Magic that's going to host trivia, arts and crafts, live music. They had some lovely singing and some bands here the other night. So a great place to go hang out, listen to some music, and maybe catch some trivia depending on what time of the day you're here. Very nice lounge though. Spent a lot of time in here for trivia and some arts and crafts as well. Here in the aft of deck 3, we're going to find yet another one of our rotational dining options here, which is going to be Rapunzel's Royal Table. They do have the first dining going on at the moment and the show, so we're not going to quite go in there yet. I'm actually heading in there tonight, so don't want to spoil the show for me or anything, but I'll throw some clips in here and I'm sure you'll see it in other videos as well. Okay, here on deck 4 at the aft elevators, we are going to find our third and final rotational dining, Animator's Palette. This is where we have been the last 2 nights. We were here for Pirate Night. Once again, I'll throw in some clips from the room here, but full experience will be in some other vlogs here. Great dining option here. Heading from aft towards midship, we are going to find Shutters, the photo area here, as well as our jewelry and watch shop. Continuing through Shutters, we are going to find the portrait studio. As I said, this is where you can buy all your photos and stuff from on board, and here's going to be the professional photographer area. Followed by the art gallery here. Not much of one here aboard the Magic, just some areas out here outside of D Lounge. D Lounge here on deck 4 midship is going to be the main family-friendly event area. Lots of game shows hosted here, trivias, all types of stuff. This can be the biggest venue here for family-friendly activities. Continuing towards forward on deck 4 here, we are going to find our second view of the atrium here from the 2nd level. You can see our Mickey statue down there that we were looking at earlier. DVC has a nice little booth set up over here. Be sure to go and talk to them if you're interested in that. Also got a lovely chandelier up here above deck 5. Continuing on this side, this is going to be the second entrance into D Lounge, just right here off of the atrium on deck 4. Once again here at the midship elevator shaft, this time on deck 4, we are going to turn to head forward, and this is where we are going to find all of our gift shops. Got Mickey's Mainsail on the left, Whitecaps on the right. These are going to be all your main merchandise places here aboard the Magic. Just like all Disney Cruise Line ships, these shops will be open pretty much all day, excluding when you are in the port. Straight ahead, we have the Walt Disney Theater. This is going to be the main theater here for the live Broadway-style shows. Lovely, lovely mural out here. I love that. Preludes on either side here. This is where you're going to get your popcorn, drinks, any type of refreshments. Full bar service as well. Okay, we are still deck 5 here, just the forward section. To your right is going to be more staterooms. Heading out that direction, these are going to be above Walt Disney Theater and after hours, just for a point of reference onto how far forward we are on the ship. Continuing down this side of the ship, we are heading towards midship now. This is going to be the third and final level of the atrium here. Highest area to look over the atrium, see the beautiful view of the chandelier, the statue down below, and just crowd watch. It's been a great place to go and watch everybody taking pictures with the princesses and such. Here at the midship elevators of deck 5 is probably going to be your best area to look out here over the atrium. As I said, there's that view of the chandelier, and then your view down below where you have the statue, Lumieres, all that stuff. Best place to come and hang out and watch. Fills up pretty quick up here. Usually hard to find the spot empty, but if you do, highly recommend it. Just right here in between the 2 bays of the deck 5 elevators. Alright, continuing past the atrium here on deck 5, heading towards the aft, we are going to come across our first of the kids clubs. We have the Oceaneer Club here on the left-hand side. We did do an open house of this on our first day. Didn't really film much, but they are going to have different areas for the kiddos to play in. Marvel Superhero Academy, Disney Fairies Pixie Hollow, Andy's Room, and Disney Club Junior are going to be the 3 animals, as well as character appearances, all types of different arts and crafts with the cruise. With the crew members, all types of fun stuff for them to do. Second up here is going to be It's a Small World Nursery. This can be the nursery for the very little ones here aboard the ship. And last but not least, here on deck 5 is going to be Buena Vista Theater. This is the movie theater here on board that shows the in-theater movies. So Moana 2, Inside Out 2, and Mufasa for us here on this cruise. Okay, we are now heading on up to deck 9. Now, you might be noticing we skipped decks 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. That is because all of those decks are purely staterooms only, with no other clubs, amenities, restaurants, anything like that, other than deck 1. Deck 1 is where you're going to find the first aid and health center up at the very forward of deck 1. Okay, we are here at the Deck 9 aft elevators, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the indoor portions of the decks before we go outside. So here, Deck 9 aft, the only thing indoors that we are going to have is cabanas. Cabanas is, of course, the buffet here aboard the ship. It's going to be one on the left and right side, or port and starboard if we're fancy. This is going to host breakfast and lunch every single day. Alright, we are now coming up the stairs on Deck 10 aft. All we really have up here is Palo. This is, of course, going to be one of the adult-exclusive dining opportunities for brunch and for dinner. Love Palo. Highly recommend. I've dined here on both the Wish and here on the Magic. Beautiful restaurant here. Very, very elegant. Definitely recommend if you can. So the only other thing that we will find here on Deck 10 inside is going to be the Concierge Lounge and Bippity Boppity Boutique, neither of which I have access to, so unfortunately can't show you that. I do apologize about the wind. I did not think this through. It's very windy at the moment. But what we're going to do right now is we are going to do the same thing we just did, but on the outside of the decks. This time we're going to start up here at the top on Deck 10 and work our way down. Okay, bear with me here. I'm going to do my best. It's very, very windy. But in technicality, the Magic has 11 decks, but Deck 11 is only going to be the entrances to the 2 water slides, as well as Vibe, which is the teen club, which is indoors in one of the funnels. So we're going to start here on the aft side of Deck 10. We're going to head this way towards midship. Not much here on the aft side, just walkways and some areas to look out above the kiddie splash pad area, as well as all the slides and the pools. Continuing to midship on Deck 10 here, we got a view of the funnel vision, currently playing Empire Strikes Back and I see not a single person out here enjoying it. I say enjoying, it's very windy. There wouldn't be much enjoying here, but the deck is empty right now. It's about 11:30. Nobody out here. Last night of the cruise is when I'm filming this, so that's why it's so empty. On my left here is going to be the exit to the Aqua Dunk. That's of course the drop slide where the floor drops out from under you with the loading dock up there on deck 11. Now we're going to head all the way to the forward of the ship here on deck 10. Okay, the forward side of deck 10 here is going to give us our first look out over the adult only area with the Signals Bar, Quiet Cove Pool, Quiet Cove, what's it called? Quiet Cove Bar, I believe, back here. But great pool area, spent a lot of time. This is the only pool and hot tubs that I got in. Just less kids, less going on, way quieter. It's great. Okay, all the way at the forwardmost point of the ship here is going to be the sports deck. This is another place where I spent a lot of time. Ping pong tables, foosball tables, and a nice basketball court. Not a full court, just, I don't know, would that be quarter court, something like that? There's also a very nice walkway around here that takes you all the way out to the bow for your little Titanic moment if you'd like that. However, due to how extremely windy it is right now, it is closed. So now we're going to head back this way to the stairwell and head down to deck 9. This time we'll be working from forward to aft. As we come back in here near the elevators and stairwell on deck 10, here's our one look into Bippity Boppity Boutique. Up here, like I said, very aft side of deck 10. Sorry, forward side of deck 10, all the way at the front, highest interior level of the ship. You can tell it's Bippity Boppity Boutique. I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but there is glitter everywhere down these stairs. I think if the light hits it just right, you guys would be able to see it, but these whole stairs are covered in glitter. One last thing that I did forget to mention here on deck 9 forward is going to be Senses Spa and Salon. This is of course where you can get all your spa treatments at, massages, all types of stuff like that, all at an additional cost of course, and 18 plus. Alright, coming back on out to the very windy deck 9. This is going to be the Signals Bar and Signals Pool by Cove Cafe that we looked at up from above on deck 10. Once again, highly recommend. They do live music out on this stage quite a bit, and this pool is very, very warm, nice and heated, so it felt great. Even when it was raining a little bit and it was pretty windy out, that pool is amazing, so highly recommend this pool. Take your kids to the kids clubs if you have them. Spend some time over here in the adult only area. Okay, now we are leaving the adult only area here and coming back out onto the main deck. This is deck 9 where the big pool is going to be. This is where your sail away party happens, all of the big stuff like that. Seating for the funnel vision out here is usually where all the lounge chairs are and stuff. Just because it's so windy right now, all of that is put away. But like I said, Empire Strikes Back is our movie tonight. They were also showing the Chiefs versus Texans game up here. So if you're a football fan here during Super Bowl time, playoffs, anything like that, just be assured you will be able to catch the big game. If you don't want to watch it out here on the pool deck, O'Gills is also going to be playing all these sports games. So that's where you're going to be able to find that type of stuff. Up here before we pass it's going to be Pinocchio's Pizzeria. This is another one of your food and snack options here. Great pizza. As always, Disney Cruise Line, top of the line food, especially when it comes to just running in and getting quick stuff like that. Continuing down towards the aft is going to be some more food, ice cream, which is going to be where I have spent most of my time this cruise, followed by Frozone's Treats. Just another, they have Dole Whip here, which is a big thing, and then some bar stuff and coffee, stuff like that. Continuing around this way, this area here is going to be the Duck Inn Diner. This is where you're going to get all your like grill food, chicken, hot dogs, burgers, stuff like that. Followed by one last pool here on the main deck 9. This pool is closed for a majority of the trip. It opened up for a couple hours today, I think, and that was about it. Not sure what the deal was with that. Over in this corner here, we're going to have Daisy's Delights, which is yet another food place here. This is where you're going to get all your fruits and salads, soups, stuff like that. Nice, easy, quick stuff, as well as some cookies. Gotta love the cookies. Continuing here, we have the Nephew's Splash Zone. Just a nice little splash pad area for the very young kids. And then here is going to be that last slide and a continuation of the splash pad. So, for sure, man, this has like jets in it. That sounded weird. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Anyways, no matter what age, no matter what you're into, there's going to be plenty of stuff here to do in terms of the pools and the slides and the stuff like that. Over here in this corner, deck 9 aft, is also where you're going to find the beverage stations for soft drink stations, as well as coffee, milk, hot chocolate, all types of stuff like that. Love to see it. So with that, that is going to be it for our full ship-wide tour, all the decks inside and out. There are some more outer decks technically, that's just going to be like your running trail. We see a little bit of that in some other vlogs, as well as some shuffleboard areas and stuff like that, but no other attractions, food places, or anything. I believe we covered everything. If you have any questions, just let me know. I can answer them. Definitely very different from the Wish. In terms of which I like more, what I think, which ones do what better, because there are some things that the Wish does better, there's some things that the Magic does better. There'll be a full video Wish versus Magic coming out at some point, maybe before this, maybe after, don't really know yet. Anyways, thank you guys, see you next time.